Hey everybody, so been absent a little bit lately because I've been enjoying a couple new guns I picked up. One of which is right here. It's already been safety checked, unloaded. This is a Tanfoglio Witness Pro. It's a CZ clone in 10mm. Bull barrel, bushingless, steel guide rod, manual safety, the wood grips. I don't particularly like the wood grips. They're going to get changed out eventually once I figure out which ones will fit this. Probably end up putting a pair of G10 grips on it. But this is probably the best 10mm for the money on the market I've seen. I picked this up from Sportsman's Guide for, I think it was $5.60. I want to say that. And honestly, it's a hell of a deal. 10mm mag. For instance, 9mm, 10mm. Little size difference. And this is actually a hollow point. This is a SMB, which I think the chopping block did the ballistics test on this stuff, and he said it did reasonably well for a self-defense round. So he actually did that like right after I actually picked this up and started shooting some of that SMB. So far I've done the SIG ammo, at least the SIG ball ammo runs flawless in it. The SMB ball and the hollow point run flawless. I did have an issue with, believe it or not, the PPU. This gun had one PPU round it did not like, and it was a weird malfunction. Basically what happened is, as it was trying to eject the round and feed a new one, it got hung up on the feed ramp, but not fully extracted from the magazine. So I couldn't drop the mag and clear the gun. So I ended up having to basically take the gun and pop it out. Now, I did subsequently shoot the rest of that PPU ammo in a different range session, and it ran fine. So it may have just been that one round. May not have been, but I mean, it's a double single action. Adjustable sights. I do notice this gun shoots low. Even I adjusted the LPA rear sight all the way up as far as it would go, and it still shoots low. I was told maybe with the Tanfoglios, I want to try some 160 grain. I haven't found any of that locally, so I may end up buying a couple boxes online and give that a shot. But I've shot 180 and it's consistently shot low. But it's got a really nice trigger. Takedown is just normal takedown like you would see with a CZ to get it apart. And the slide's a little different because it's the bushingless, so it's more like taking down a bushingless 1911. A bull barrel 1911, basically. You gotta slide the barrel out through the front. It has a nice trigger pull. This is the double action, which that's probably maybe a 6-7 pound double action pull. Now the single action, on the other hand, now there's a little bit of take up there, but that's probably a under 4 pound trigger for the single action. It's a real nice shooter. You got the full length rail here. It's got weight to it. It's, I think they said 44 specs were 44.5 ounces, so it's not a light gun, but it is very fun to shoot. That weight actually helps tame the 10 millimeter. It does not have, I don't know how well it'll pick up here. It doesn't have a painted front sight, so I gotta deal with that. Which I'll just get some sight paint for it and paint it up. Now, the weird thing is, like, this safety, you notice hammer down, safety on. It's a 3-position safety, because half cock, safety on. And full cock, safety on. So it's a little bit more versatile than, say, the CZ manual safety models. Because I think my steel frame PO1, you cannot engage the safety with the hammer down. And it will actually prevent the hammer from being cocked. As soon as I can find somewhere that has the holster for one of these, I will buy the holster because I will carry it. It's 14+1, so way better capacity than just about any 1911 out there. I've got, I want to say about 450 rounds through it now. I've been saving as much of my brass as I can sweep up before the guy comes behind me at the indoor range and sweeps. But serrations, excellent serrations. Very grippy, very easy to grab hold of. You're not going to slip off them. It's got even front serrations. Not that I'm going to use those. It's a really nice gun. It has a better trigger out of the box than any factory CZ I've had so far, without having to put a shitload of rounds through it. It's fun. It's not as much recoil as a 357 Magnum. Certainly more recoil than a 9mm or even a 40 cal, which I have a 40, and it's a little porky feeling in the grip. But this thing, it feels nice in the hand. Typical of CZ ergonomics, you know. If you've ever held a CZ, you know what I'm talking about. It's just right for where I can get my finger on the trigger. Trigger's out a little bit farther than I'd like. And I understand these have pretty high parts compatibility with CZ parts. This one probably is about 80 to 90% parts compatibility with CZs, as far as I know. The problem is finding mags for them, because it only ships with one mag. And I did find that Grab-A-Gun, of all places, had them for like 21 bucks. So I ordered a couple extra mags for this. But it's a real joy to shoot. Plus, every time when somebody asks me, what the hell is that? Oh, it's a 10mm. They're like, ooh. So, you get that reaction. I do like that. Mag release is in a pretty good spot. You do have to slightly change your grip, but overall, not terrible. I haven't really seen too much wear at this point with 450 rounds through it or so. Time will tell on the round count on this thing, because I know some 10mm tend to beat up guns, and I was told to actually replace the stock recoil spring with like an 18-pound so it doesn't beat up the frame too much. I may look into that. I know a few people that have these, so I'll ask about that. But yeah, all in all, I really cannot complain about this gun. I got into the 10mm game a little late. Other people like the Colts. Other people like the Dan Wessons. Even I was kind of eyeing the Ruger SR 1911 in 10mm. But, this was, you know, $200 cheaper, and I really like it. Yeah, so that's one of my new guns. It's a fantastic gun. I highly recommend if you want a 10 mil and you're on a budget. I actually bought this using their 4Pay program. So they automatically will debit off my credit card 4 payments. And it's already half paid off. Like, just racking it, it's smooth. I haven't, besides that one PPU round, I haven't had any issues with the gun. It's ate everything I've put through it, run 100%. So, may have just been that one round. But I would have to get some more PPU and try that and test it out. I may eventually. So, that is my new 10mm. And it is a pretty damn nice looking gun if I don't say so. I was thinking about actually having the Cerakoted, but eventually. Projects down the road. Well, I got one more video I gotta make, and then I gotta eat dinner. I'll talk to you guys in a minute.